Welcome to Groundhog Day. No, we are not in February. We are in July where it's 110 degrees. But we are living in Groundhog Day with the Arizona real estate market. Hi, my name is Nicole Black, your Arizona Realtor, and we're going to uncover some articles and information in our current market real estate stats in Arizona, see what's going on and why are we in this Groundhog Day. Our first article that we are going to dive into is by ABC 15 News. And they have this article from Bank of America that warns that housing prices are stuck until at least 2026. Bank of America expects home prices will climb by 4.5% this year and then by another 5% in 2025 before eventually dipping by 0.5% in 2026. And I have to say, I kind of agree that we're stuck. Do I agree that they're going to go up by 4.5 and then another 5? So we're going to have another 9.5% interest by 2026 before the prices start coming down. I don't know about that part, but I do agree that we're stuck and it's a very weird groundhog situation. And as stated right here, it has been a weird combination. Mortgage rates rose substantially, but so did home prices. This typically does not happen. So again, the reason why they raise the interest rates is to stop consumer spending, to stop that inflation, to bring prices down. And the opposite occurred. And why did it? Well, at least in Arizona, it is from our supply and our demand that even though mortgage rates rising, it did give a little bit of a shock to the market at first. And you can see that from our 2022 numbers when in May interest rates rose. We are the highest median price per sale point we've ever been at. And then all of a sudden, came down all that year. But then they kind of course corrected, even with interest rates still rising and staying high. Prices just came right back up. So that is not typically what happens. And it is weird. It is a very weird phenomenon that happens with just basic economics. The supply of homes simply cannot keep up with demand. Prices have had nowhere to go but up. And this is for Arizona as well. And like we just said, Bank of America does expect the home prices to rise because of the lock-in effect, especially with, so you take in the supply and demand issue, and a part of that supply issue is that lock-in effect where people have that 2.5 to 3%, was we call almost like free money, that is keeping them in their houses that they are today. And because of that supply not coming onto the market and being so limited from years prior and demand increasing with people moving to Arizona, they say the lock-in effect could persist for 8 years. Our next article is by Redfin News. The typical home is selling for less than list price. The first time this has happened since late spring, since the start of the pandemic. Yes, prices are starting to fall. Are they really? They are. Depending on, especially in Arizona, remember, real estate is super hyper-focused. So Buckeye is selling very different than Scottsdale. Has Buckeye been in a buyer's market now for a little bit? Yeah. Has Scottsdale? No. Scottsdale's still been in a seller's market. So remember, even though we're talking about Arizona and Phoenix, it is very hyper-focused to the area. But the one thing is they really haven't talked about prices coming down in the news so much. So it's great that they're actually showing this because for the longest time, yeah, maybe the prices weren't really coming down, but what we've been seeing is seller concessions. So in Arizona, we're jumping over now to the comfort report. If you just want to let you guys know where we are right now, and this is specific only to Arizona, you can see seller concessions started about really happening late summer in 2022 when those interest rates started to go up and people immediately were like, I can't afford these houses, these prices anymore. These seller concessions started coming to help people buy down their rate so they could help afford their home. And it's been going strong ever since. And you see right now we are at 50% are giving seller concessions and the median concession is $9,750. Also, we have been seeing price cuts per se, and they have been slightly increasing since, again, I guess this year. So you saw them start in 2022, again, that late summer, just with the concessions as well. They came down and now they're back on the rise. So you can see these price cuts are just slowly going up. As I reported last week, If somebody is shouting that, Phoenix, Arizona is 20% off, fire sale with real estate, you have to ask yourself a question with a lot of these houses and the way that they're priced. If something is priced and it really comps and has comparable and would appraise for, let's say, $100,000, but somebody put it the list price at 120. If you get it for 100,000, are you really getting a discount and a price cut, or was it just overpriced in the first place? Those are kind of the adjustments that I'm seeing. It's not that houses aren't, the ones that are priced appropriately or even below and are good to go are getting multiple offers, and they're going really, really quick. The other ones that are overpriced, meaning they probably cannot appraise for what they even listed it as, or they are, again, just overpricing it. They're the ones that are finally coming down to where they should be. And some of them are sitting there because, the longer they are in the market, the less desirable the home looks. So now those are actually kind of getting the price cuts that would be an actual cut versus it was overpriced. And now you're just paying really the fair market value of the home. And as you can see here, a monthly median sale price is at $450. So we're just still, even with the interest rates going up or staying up and staying high, inflation, all the things that are happening. It is our summer months. I would say by August, this should be down a little bit more because, again, it's just seasonality. We will see if the Feds do cut rates in September, what happens. If they only cut it, let's say we go from 7 to 6.5%, is that really going to bring in tons of buyer demand? It's not that much big of a difference on a mortgage. It will open up another pool of people, another bracket that can come into the market and afford, but are they going to come running at that time? We're going to have to wait and see. All right, and lastly, real quickly, we're going to go over our typical standard stats that we look at that we cover every single week. One is the Cromford Market Index. Again, this is specific to Arizona and Arizona only, and this takes in consideration supply, demand, and many other factors to come up with this index number, and we are the lowest we've been in a really long time. We are at 102. What does that mean? If we are between 90 and 110, that's typically, it gives a little bit of a buffer on each side, a neutral market. So this is indicating we are, for the Phoenix metro area collectively, in a neutral market. Now, is that every city? No. 13 are still in sellers and some more are neutral and some are in buyers. But when we're over 110, that means we're in a seller's market, and we do still have metro major cities in Arizona that are in a seller's market. And if we are below 90, and we have those too, that means you are in a buyer's market. But collectively right now we're looking at a neutral market. Okay. Active listings. We are right here at this teal line. We are still the highest we've been since 2020 with active listings on the market. Let's see where this goes as we creep through the summer. Is it going to keep going up? If you're looking at this, would you not say it's pretty steady? Yeah, we're pretty linear right now with our active listings. It's not really going up or down. And then our listings under contract are the lowest they've been since 2020, but they are following, right now this year, we're following the typical seasonality since 2022, 2021, where in our summer months, we start to creep down with our listings under contract. And here's just a year cap review since we're almost about basically halfway. No, we are halfway through 2024. So since looking at that, let's look at active listings for sale right now is about 18,000. We're up 54% from last year. Listings under contract, we are at 8,238. We're down 8.6. So we've got 54% more supply on the market. We are down 8.6 with our demand, and still yet our monthly median sale price has gone up 2.85%. Closed sales total monthly is 7,255. We are down 9.3%. Median days before accepted contract right now in June, it is 27, where last year in June it was 21. The year before that in 2022 was 12. Days of supply, if no new houses were to come on the market at the current rate of sales, inventory would run out in 92 days in the Phoenix metro area market. That's our 17 largest cities. So again, if no houses were to come on the market in 3 months, not one, we'd have no houses left for sale. So we're still, like we say time and time again, low on supply. So we're pretty much in a groundhog day with our real estate market. As you can see, supply keeps literally creeping onto the market and demand is slowly going down. And we still do not see a huge correction. Definitely not a crash in our market right now. Who knows what's going to happen, especially when the fall comes around, when it comes back to another peak season for Arizona. And if at that time the interest rates do come down, what will happen? I don't know. I don't have a crystal ball, but stay tuned to this channel. Please like and subscribe because this is what we do. So you will be in the know every week following these numbers if something's going to happen. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please always text, call, email, whatever your preferred communication is. We will get back to you. Wherever you are in the world today, I hope you're doing absolutely amazing. And never forget, we are always here for you.